Hi guys, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So to start, I have a bracelet on my wrist that says Dead Dad Club because I don't know, like my dad died and people react very weirdly about it.
That's beautiful.
So I do it because I'm like, I make jokes.
Yeah.
So this movie was really cool because I was like, oh great, there's a character who kind of, she lives in that weird grief state, but she's also somebody who is like, yeah, my dad's dead, like what do you want me to do about it?
Right.
For you, Jenna, when you are playing someone who does have all those layers just inherently as part of who she is, how do you kind of navigate where the like her grief falls and where it's more of her kind of like I don't care attitude anymore?
Yeah, what a thoughtful question. It's funny because I think that this movie at first glance seems bizarre and crazy and chaotic and like it may not hold any emotional weight, but I think it does, and it does for a lot of these people, and that's why people resonate with these characters is because they either feel misunderstood or there's you don't know where to put your grief, and it's also overwhelming at times. And with someone like Astrid, it's very fresh, and I think that fresh, the recent quality of her grief mixed with the fact that she doesn't have a good relationship with her mom, she doesn't feel respected as an individual, she's sent off to boarding school, so she feels like somewhat of an inconvenience or like she's not wanted. I think what Astrid is dealing with and what she feels in this movie is just kind of she's just at a bit of a loss, and I think that is completely normal and natural and fine, and very different to the grief that you're dealing with the loss of your husband, that Winona is dealing with the loss of Charles as well. So it's funny because we're all grieving, but in entirely different ways, and that's also very natural and normal and human too.
Yeah. And Catherine, I was going to ask you, so you are a comedy legend, but also Tim Burton's comedy is very different than other kinds of comedy. When you are coming back into it all these years later and playing the same character who does have these reactions that you're kind of like, I get it, but also that's a crazy way of reacting in the moment.
I totally get it.
Like how does your comedy background kind of help you like get back into her, like Delia's mindset?
I'd like to say when you work with the right people, it comes naturally. You know, Tim's totally there with your character and laughing at it and laughing with it. And I just so appreciate his sensibility and his sense of humor. He'll fixate on some really odd thing. You go, yeah, that's true, that does exist. And then you just keep seeing the humor in it. And it's ridiculous and great and specific. But I think, as is often the case in storytelling, the more specific you go, the more universal it becomes. So you're specifically laughing at this thing, but it also represents so many other things in life. Like he talks about the shrinkers in that office. He talks about it in terms of his days that he ever worked in an office in his life and what it felt like. So he knows what the shrinkers feel like. That's so great. What a way to express that.
Yeah. Well, and for me, one of my favorite parts of this movie is that it's MacArthur Park this time around, because I think that song is insane. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why was the cake out there?
Nope.
Why don't you have a recipe anymore? Like, none of it makes sense. But when are coming into a Tim Burton movie now, or a Tim Burton project, both of you know that there's going to be some weird kind of dance sequence. When you hear the songs that he has chosen for those moments, or you like see the context of them, how do you kind of like contextualize what you have to do as actors?
Okay, sorry, let me just first say, when he said in the first movie it's going to be Deo, I go, can't it be Bob Marley? Okay? No. And in this case, I heard that it was going to be that, and the pages kept going like, the whole song? You're seriously doing just had no idea, and I'm so glad we all went with it, because it's just nuts and great.
Yeah, I thought it was bizarre. I read it, and I still didn't understand what was happening. Even after we shot it, I was like, I don't understand how that's going to play or read or,
He knew. He just kept, don't worry, it's just going to be little bits.
Yeah, whatever that meant. Because because he said little bits, but there also was a choreographer there, like, with a whole routine, so we were like, wait, hold on.
Well, you commit to the moment, don't you?
Yeah, you do. But also, I also listened to it, and I was like, isn't this a Donna Summer song? Like, what is
who did
happening
it
right
first?
now?
I think it was Donna. I think it was Donna Summers first,
right.
and then there's been a million covers ever since.
This was not the first.
But even wait, just in that, why would Richard Harris do a Donna Summer cover, and why would Donna Summer do a Richard?
William Shatner did. What was his song?
Common People.
Is that right?
Yeah, he did Common People.
Just bizarre. But I also,
great.
knowing Tim, the way his brain works, I was like, he'll be fine. He's
Yeah,
got it.
you go with it. You go, okay, can't wait to see this.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for talking with
Thank
me,
you,
and I can't wait
Chris.
for everyone to see the movie.
Love your bracelet. And
Oh, thank you.
I have 6 brothers and sisters, and I'll text it like an anniversary of my mom and dad's death. And on the anniversary of my dad's death, Maureen, my sister, said, "Happy Dead Dad Day."
I love to be like, oh, Dead Dad Club member, what's up? And they're like,
Good for you.
am I good?
That's it.
You're part of the same club. Thank you.